So once again, welcome you, sir, for the afternoon session.
Thank you.
Now you can proceed, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. K. Sekar, for giving me this opportunity, and also I am thankful to the management of Murgappa Polytechnic College to conduct this kind of FDP, which is very much essential for all the faculties and even school teachers also. So simply, I know many faculties here are present. They are a lot of experienced in the teaching learning process. They know a lot of ICT tools. Still, if I will be happy if I could share even 10 to 15% maximum new tools to them, and if it will be helpful for their new blended mode of teaching learning. So the today's topic is basically effective use of technology for teaching, learning, and evaluation. So if you look at today's session, we'll go for future education system, issues in online teaching and learning. That is very much important. Then only the technology will help us to solve that issues. Then mode of online teaching new pedagogy, and different technology and its effective use. Essential guideline for feedback, because nowadays in physical mode the feedback we could understand what is the level of understanding of the student. We can directly get the feedback, but in online teaching we should go for essential guideline which will help us to collect the feedback from the students. So guideline for online teaching. Then if you look at prediction of Thomas Alva Edison in 1992, he predicted that within 2020, what will happen? The blackboard will be replaced by the screen, and that also replaced. That was there during the physical mode. We are using the PPT through the projector overhead projectors. Then books will be replaced by the motion pictures. Nowadays, this is happening. So this is the actually prediction of the Thomas Alva Edison. That is within 20 years. So if you look at 1992 and 20, that is 22 years. So now if you look at that is happening. And the phone they had, another thing, Isaac Asimov, the American science fiction author, this also topic students are learning in their standard 10th in CBSE course, that future teaching and learning in 2157, what will happen? There will be no teacher, only machine will teach. So then this is a kind of a story. Boy is actually reading the history of the school, and he is telling that, and see, there was a school, students were going to the school, and a teacher, a human being actually teaching that. The little guard in the story discovers that old style physical school must have a fun place to learn. And if you look at, let me zoom this one. Now we can see the title. Well, the school before were different, with men as teacher, special places where the children go to learn things. Then the girl is telling men as teacher, children going at same place. How can it is possible? It is the children went there and they learn something based in their age. So you can understand there at that time, when you will go to future 2157, the student couldn't understand how a man can teach, because machine knows everything, they will think. But they lost the fun. So judicious use of technology can preserve fun in learning. This is actually one article by Professor M.S. Santanam, IISER Pune, India. So Maran Dipwele, the Chief Executive Assistant for Technical Learning, Assistant for Learning Technology, what he said, at the heart of every venture in online learning are really the learners. That's what it all about. So future learning system, the learner focuses more. So same teacher, but different tools. And now today we'll go through the different tools. So issues in online teaching and learning. One issue, if you look at, there is a survey conducted by M.S. Sandanam. What he says that As per the recent survey conducted by the IITs and IISER, 10 to 20% of students lack access to devices, either internet, laptop, even you can say no doubt mobile is there, but mobile is not sufficient. So that is the one of the greatest problem. And development of screen fatigue among most teachers and students. I hope all of you could understand. Physical mode when you are teaching, we can take 2 to 3 class continuously also, absolutely no problem. But now online when you are continuously taking more than 50 minutes, then there is a problem. There is a fatigue. So missing of interactions, that is peer learning, okay, and feedback and peer learning environment actually another challenge. More time spent by faculties in comparison to face-to-face physical mode of classes, because we have to develop our content. That content is not only limited to PowerPoint presentation. We have to create content, video content, online evaluation, and then also we cannot think about only the PowerPoint presentation. We have to go for the notebooks, online writing also required. So fair student assessment remains an outstanding issue there. Okay? Because when I hope most of you are aware about the blended mode of learning, synchronous, asynchronous of learning. Then how will evaluate the asynchronous based learning? That is more challenging. Attendance of online classes is 10% to 20%. No doubt you can say 100 students are attending, but they only logged in the class. Okay, but 10% to 20% really active, other are inactive. And even courses offered by Howard and MIT through MOOCs, even MOOCs, less than 20% learners complete a course. There is also a study that only 20% learners complete a course with certification, and less than 10% watch all the recorded video content. So NPTEL, out of 20 lakh registered students, only 20,000 students, that is 10% of the registered, are able to complete the certification. So you can understand all the challenges as a faculty or teacher. It is our responsibility how to hold the student in a class, how to evaluate them, how the student can access the devices, how we can also engage the student in the content, either synchronous, asynchronous, or even we can say blended mode of learning, flipped classrooms. So these are the issues. Now please join this, use this QR code, or you can go to slido.com and write this code. Are you new on to online teaching? I hope no, that will be 100%, because last 2 years we are going through the online teaching. This slido.com, type it, and then put this 724234. In mobile also you can do that. Enter code 724234. Please, I request all the participants to answer this, yes or no. Only 3 participant has actually 4. Okay. Okay, most of it look at 100% can say no. I do agree on that. So still 13% yes. New to online teaching. Okay, probably new faculties may be joined. That's true. They have not taken classes this semester. They may take classes. Okay, 10% reduced, now 90% and 10%. It's good. Okay, thank you very much. So, what are the student engaging tools? Enter your term. What are the student engaging tools? You type that. What are the, if you are not new, you know the student engaging tools. Agile project, Google Meet, Team from Teams, Microsoft Games, video. Actually, best if you look at Google videos, okay. But in the classroom, how to engage the students through this quizzes, poll. So that is, you can say Slido or Mentimeter, puzzles. That's correct. Google Meet, Google, but this Slido is one of the tool which can help you, all the teachers, to engage the student. So that what will happen after 2 minutes, or you can say 15 minutes to 10 minutes to 15 minutes, you can put a poll or a quiz, so that student will be active on that. So you have to engage them through this. Because Google, if you go through a site or Google site will share that it will take a long time to go through that. Video is a content. So basically puzzles, quiz, if you can create in the class, like now we are doing, that is engaging. So are you new to online teaching? Expert, but if you are expert, let us make it more interesting by sharing our experience. So you can also share your experience in this. I am not only expert, many experts are also sitting other end. So new, then no problem. Let us dive into this for making it more joyful. That is the objective of ICT teaching learning. And traditional classroom, if you look at chalk and talk or PowerPoint presentation, always exciting for student, even for faculty also. Now we are missing that. So it is a teacher centric basically. That is sage on the stage. So teacher is the all in all in that case. So online mode, what if you look at no chalk and talk, only powerful presentation is not the point. But first we started in even the pandemic, even I faced the problem only PowerPoint and then Zoom. Even I don't have any hardware or that kind of tools knowledge. I don't have at that time. I was teaching the class of 6th semester. Immediately, suddenly there was a lockdown. Then PPT and then a video conferencing tool we used. Most of us used. Few faculties they were aware about the ICT tools. They used engaging tools, content development tools, but it took time also. So students will not enjoy it. Naturally, if you only go through the PowerPoint, it is a monotonous kind of thing. So they feel bored, even they feel also sleepy many times. There was a WhatsApp video actually that was circulated, and look at here, the child is playing, but the grandmother is doing assignment for that child. This is very tough for the children also. So solution is to need to bridge the gap. How to engage the student, how to hold the student in the class, how to make the online class interesting. That is the main objective of online ICT tools. So needs to change the pedagogy. That is traditional, how to transfer the traditional teaching learning to online teaching learning. That is teacher centric to student centric. Online learning is student centric because 100 students now are joining. It now the if you look at class strength also increased. Previously in physical mode maximum it was 60, but now it is going beyond 200 also. So even the student to know that which student actually is actually learning or more focused on the class or not more attentive, that is very difficult to for a teacher to understand. So this transformation is very important, and mode of online teaching, that is three types I will tell: synchronous, then asynchronous, and combination of synchronous and asynchronous, that is now we can say blended mode of learning through online. But a blended mode of learning also physical mode is required. But nowadays most of the classes are going online except few practical classes. So therefore synchronous and asynchronous both if you combine, then online blended mode of learning you can say. So in synchronous teaching is where the teacher is present at the same time as the learners. Like today, now we are going through the synchronous mode of learning. So synchronous teaching can also take place via online learning through the use of video conferencing and live chat or instant messaging. As with the face-to-face environment, the learners in synchronous online teaching can ask questions in real time. Real time we can ask, we can call a student's name. You please answer this. What is the amplitude modulation, or what is a motor, DC motor? That we can ask directly. So the student can respond. That is one way to understand that how the students are engaged in the classroom. In asynchronous mode, if you look at through email, blogs, or you can say you have to upload some pre-recorded video and allow them to go through that video, then you can go for a flip class, or you can go to assign some assignments to the student, or you can go for an online discussion board also. That is for an online forum also you can create, so that the students will come and what they understood, you can give some question, they will write blogs, so that other will evaluate. Peer evaluation can also possible. So now in blended mode, we have to upload a video. Where we have to upload? Then we need some tool or some platform. Then how to evaluate that? How many students actually uh, see the video, or had gone through the entire video? Unless otherwise, if you upload the video and nobody will see, you cannot judge that who is actually going through the video or not going through the video, how much they learn, student learn. And if you give an assignment also nowadays in online examination, many, that assignment has no value. Same assignment, the people are copying and pasting and submitting. So that's the point. How to evaluate that? This is a copy paste. So plagiarism also is very important. Plagiarism very important. So asynchronous online teaching is where teaching material are posted online and learners work through them in their own time. We'll give them time, 2 days, 3 days, or whatever may be time you have to give, so that their free time or their own convenience time, they will go through the video, they will learn and communicate with each other and the teacher via discussion board or forums, or even by email. And good asynchronous teaching will include a variety of media, including but not limited to audio and video clips only. So the pattern of the input from teacher is very different from the synchronous environment. Here it is totally different. We need a platform for that. So many, I hope many of our colleagues were using, the participants who are there also, they may be using some platform for asynchronous mode of teaching learning. Many shorter visits to the discussion boards or forum being more valuable to the learners than one single and longer session. So what we can do, when you upload the asynchronous video, it should not be more than 20 minutes. Because if you go for more than 20-minute video, then student 1 hour video, suppose I will upload, then it will be very difficult. So maximum we can go for 20 to 30 minutes of video, not beyond that. So that a student can give 20 to 30 minutes or half an hour time to go through the video, and then they can understand that. Then they can come to the discussion forum, or we can say discussion boards. They can write their answers or queries, or they can give their understanding, how they actually understood on that. Even many still be deadlines for work. You have to give a deadline to be submitted for feedback, and there may be a recommended schedule for student to follow, so that they have some idea of what they should be doing and when. So there will clear cut message to the student. You have to go through this video and you have to do this assignment, or you have to go through the video, or you have to go through the quizzes there. And otherwise you have to write something about a motor, DC motor, or you can ask a question that if I'll number of turns I'll reduce, then in the winding, then what will happen to the speed of the motor. So that also you can ask the question, so that student write, and also we can give a ranking, so other student will have to rank that answer. So either in a scale or in a star, so that it will be peer reviewed also. So online blended learning, that is, it is a combination of, already we discussed, that is synchronous and asynchronous learning. So blended learning usually refer to a course that includes both online as well as a face-to-face element. But now online, this is not possible. So that's why online live classes we are telling, that is face-to-face we can say now. However, only in online, this is the combination of synchronous and asynchronous mode of learning. Some students may like the way synchronous discussion allows you to create a sense of community and engagement. Others may prefer the slower pace, because we have two categories of students, one fast learner and slow learner. So that's why slow learner will actually prefer the asynchronous mode of learning. They'll go 2 to 3 times of that video. Even in online, actually synchronous mode of learning, if we are using any LMS, then that video, recorded video, is also will be available in the LMS. That will also help the students to go again and again many times through that video. But another point is that if you will not give the content, only the video, then video is 1 hour class. You will share the content, that is our PPT or material, then directly they can jump to the, quickly they can review through the class, through the content, PPT. So that is also important. Video recording should be available. At the same time, the content, either your PPT or lecture note, that also available in the LMS. So that student, either they can go for video or they can switch over to the content. So they can manage their time effectively and efficiently. Others may prefer the slower pace, already I discussed. It is often sensible to make use of both form of teaching to provide a range of experiences and opportunity for learning. And experiential learning also very much important. So that's why we have to give assignment in such a way that once the student will learn something in the online or synchronous or asynchronous class, then they have to go through the other literature materials. We, as a faculty, we have to provide them the links or resources, so that they will go through that, and we have to ask them assignments like application, evaluation, all this kind of higher level of you can say teaching learning evaluation. So it is often sensible to make use both forms of teaching to provide a range of experiences and opportunity for learning. Another point I want to say, even online, most of us, we are facing the same problem. A lot of time we are spending for the development of the content and then evaluation. So therefore, if you go for the blended learning, then the same video which we have recorded, we can modify a little bit video in the next session. But same video will help us, so that our PPT will help us to, it will save our time. That is very important. And now in engineering, either in polytechnic or degree institute or in university, faculty should give some time for teaching also. That is very important. So the how to manage that, we have, that is, most of the time we should not go beyond 50% of class as asynchronous. Less than 50% of the class, either you can go for 20 to 50%. 20 should be the minimum, and there is a clear-cut guideline by UGC also for the synchronous and asynchronous mode of learning. So there is the IPSIT, that is Indian Framework for Blended Learning, that is given by the UGC. That is IPSIT stands for first I stand for Identify Resources and Learner-Centered Activities. So then provide resources and announce activities on LMS. Then scaffolding and support to learners. Then I is the identification of learning gaps and feedback. If we go through the feedback, then only we can understand what is the gap, then how we can bridge that gap. That we can go through the new content or another extra class or tutorial class that we can do. Then testing. Testing is the evaluation. So this is the actually concept node blended mode of teaching and learning by UGC. Please join this quiz. Oh, sorry, already that quiz is there. So you please join this quiz. I have not cleared this one. You please join. Okay. Now join, please. If you have opened that Slido in your mobile, then that is there. The same thing happening also in online FDP. Engaging the participant is also very difficult task. Please join quickly. Simply slido.com and then join. Great. So once why I am actually showing this Slido not to test the participant, because most of the faculty and most of the participants are faculties, only to show this tool, how this Slido can engage the student. It will tell them to join, then it will be recorded how many students are responding and why others are not responding. So continuously, if you start teaching 50 minutes or 1 hour, then you do not know who is listening to you. What is the actual outcome of the student class? So that's why you will go through this kind of poll or quiz, short quiz. This is not for evaluating the student, to engaging the student. This kind of poll or quiz, basically to engage the student. So please join. I hope more than 50 participants are there, but only 6 participants joined. It's very fast actually. Go to slido.com and simply write the code and write your name and join. Good. Once it will go to 10, we will go ahead. 8 only. See here also showing 8. What I want to show the number of students joining also you can see here. But one disadvantage of Google Class is that when you present your PPT, you cannot see who are the participants there. That is the only disadvantage of Google. I will also tell you another point. Even I cannot see myself also. Okay, only I am observing the PPT only in Google Meet. But in Zoom, you can see yourself as well as all the other students. That is also okay. Let us move. Then, so in as soon as more materials are posted online and learners work through them, teacher is present at the same time as the learner or similar to face-to-face learning. Which one is the correct answer? Only only 3 people have given answer. At least 67% aiming to given correct answer. Materials are posted online and learners work through them. In only synchronous mode, teacher is present at the same time as the learner, and similar to face-to-face learning is not an asynchronous mode learning. So this is the correct answer. So next, okay, great. Dr. Arvinder Kumar B, thank you. You have given the fastest answer. See, now when you will see this, the student will see that my position is number 1. Next time who is in second, next time he will try to know I will go to number 1. So this kind of things actually helps you in the class to hold the student, engage the student. So what are the online materials we can use in asynchronous mode? Type your answer. So beauty of this actually Slido is that if more number of people will use the same word, the word will be larger. Look at your videos. Most of the people actually giving the videos and PPT. That's why this looks larger. That's true. Actually, videos and PPTs. Then these are the online materials. But most of the time we can give video, audio also we can give. Okay, they can listen. That is another skill of the 21st century, listening. So they can listen and they can answer. That is also possible. So video is the major part, then PPT and audio also we can share, or we can share some documents so that they can read. But video is the best online material for asynchronous mode of learning. Thank you all for giving your answers. Good. So video, look at your same line. Videos and video both are the same, but most of people have given videos. That's why this larger one. So this type of quiz, this known as actually word. So that's why this will help the student to, and this will help us to engage the student in the class, and they will be more interested on this. It is a little bit slow. Anyway, you please join first. Okay, let us start. NEP 2020 focused on teacher-centric or student-centric? I hope all of you have gone through the new education policy 2020. Teacher-centric or student-centric? NEP 20, 100% great. So most of the participants are experienced faculties. Great. I should learn many things from all of you. Great. So that is student-centric. Now, what is the meaning of student-centric? We cannot force the student to come and sit in the class at this time only. We have to give an option when he will come. So that's why this kind of asynchronous learning is very important. So we can upload a video. You can see when you have time, you see the video and give the answer. But there is a deadline between. You have to give a range of date. Okay. So thank you again, Dr. Arvind Kumarji. Good. Then Jayaprakash ji, Ramachandran ji, Daipali Maram, Muhammad Ali ji. Great. So this 25th century skill, that is very important. When you will develop our content, suppose one subject I am teaching IC engine, or somebody is teaching communication, analog communication. See, simply we should not teach the student whatever written in the book. We have to teach in such a way that the skill set which is required in the 21st century, that should be embedded. What are the skill set are there? That is the critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and communication. That is very important. So if I am teaching communication, then can the student think some new modulation technique, or I'll change the modulation parameter, what will happen? And the student thinks, so that in that line only we have to teach, so that student could able to think critically and they can develop new product. So that's why creativity comes into that. And when you are assigning some project, the project are basically that is group based learning, that is collaboration. Even after project, one part is the project, another is the case study. Also we can go for a case study on the FM radio in 2050. What will the growth of FM radio? They can also go for a case study. What is the future of IC engine in 2050? So that is also a kind of a case study. So I am teaching IC engine, fine, but the students should know what is the future of IC engine and what type of IC engine will help us in the 2050. Now environmental condition, each and every condition and parameter, they have to go through the different data websites. Then they have to think what will be the future of the IC engine, and or you can say what we can modify so that the IC engine will exist till 2050 also. Then communication. When even as a teacher, we did our master degree, PhD, everything, but communication is also very important. When you will teach the student how to teach and how to communicate, so that the student can easily understand the concept and then they can think differently. So then literacy skill is very important. Suppose you will give a audio, then what information they, or from video, what information they can collect. Then media, how they can use the platforms to share their thought, or even how they can write a paper. So all this is very important. Technology, because without this technology now, it is very difficult to communicate. Even you can present your paper or anything. So then life skill, flexibility, leadership, initiative, productivity, social skill, these are the most important skill in a job. Okay, whatever the knowledge you have, okay, that is secondary if you don't have all these parameter life skills, flexibility, leadership quality, and initiative, then productivity and social skill. That is very much important in any workplace or work environment. So online teaching with pedagogy, blended learning, already we discussed. There is synchronous, asynchronous, and face-to-face. Then collaborative approaches. We have to assign student some project, case study, experiential learning, and this is very important. This is MathWorks, and welcome to the Linux also community. That is the community there. Open educational resource, that is OER. You know, SWAYAM is open, NPTEL, even MIT Open Learning course. So you have to tell them you go there, search a course on this and see the videos, or we can share the link also directly for a particular course lecture. And then increase students control, choice, and independence. That is very important. Increase student control, then choice and independence. Anywhere, anytime, any size learning. Just now I discussed that today. If you look at online class, more than 200 students are there, not 40, 60. And anytime you can take a class, and anywhere the student can also join in the class. So any say here, anytime, any size learning is the online learning. And then you can say new form of assessment is very important. Now, most of the institute in the 2020 pandemic, what happened, they have gone through the quizzes only. Okay, Google form they used. Then many company come with solutions that AI-based proctoring system. That's the only buzzword. People are telling AI-based proctoring system, that is not working. I hope all of you have experienced this. I hope you will agree with me also that AI-based proctor system is for only business. Okay, that is students are more smarter than this AI. because this artificial intelligence, our students have natural intelligence. Okay, so they have a lot of solutions for that, but how to evaluate them? That is a question. So open book question is very important. Open book question, it will give, then it's good that if so they can go through a lot of resources, but the questions should not be directly from the book. If the student will search in the Google, exact answer they can get this. So the designing the new forms of assessment is very important. So goal, evaluation, analysis, audit, plan, result, progress measure, all these are the self-directed and non-formal online learning is very important, and student-centric. When you are talking about student-centric, student is the leader now. And the teacher, what is the role of teacher then? Role of teacher is the mentor only, or guide. Only we will guide them. We will actually guide them what are the resources you have to use, or we can show the direction. They will go through that. They will dig as much as possible, but we will evaluate them and guide them so that how they are performing, how we can improve their performance. That is the role of the teacher is now. So in physical mode of teaching, basically what we are doing in the teacher-centric learning, teachers were telling lot of things only, but students are listening. There is only one way type of communication. So now if you look at only student will go through the different content materials, because huge online contents are available today. But the problem is that which one is the best resources, we'll guide them. We'll tell them. Even they can search, but still we should guide them. You go through this content and come with your doubt. We can also help them. So role of the guide is to develop a lesson and session plan with achievable objectives. What is the achievable objective? Your course outcome, AICT, NBA, already they have defined some program outcomes and course outcome. So when you will define our lesson plan or session plan online, at least we also inform the student these are the achievable objectives. Once you complete the course, you could be able to design a IC engine or design an IC engine, or you can also find faults in an IC engine. That is a course outcome. So then the student will understood, yes, I have to go in this direction. And so these are the identify appropriate as resources for self-learning. Swayam, Udacity or EDX, and also NPTEL and Coursera. All these courses are available. We can also share them. So our now role is that which content is good and which content can help the student to achieve our target, or we can say objectives. So actively monitoring their progress is very important so that we can bridge the gap. So engaging the content, intro video. How will suppose if you remember, it was 2019. Most of we are using PPT and some animation we are using line to line animation. Just like I am doing, but that is not enough. We have to develop our PPT or any material which we are going through the online or synchronous or asynchronous or blended both. So we have to go for first intro video. That is very much important. We should have intro video so that we can engage the student. So simply text also will not help, or it will not. It is not interesting for the student. Only text, 50 minutes they will go to the text and equations. So that's why you have to blend some videos and animations. So infographics, images, these are the infographics, and images also you have to go through that. Animations like motor, when also there is a 3D animation. This kind of material is available in website also. No need to design this. We have to search. I'll show you that also tools where it is available. Then explainer video, then lecture video, articles, poll and quiz, assignments. That is very important. These are the points we have to consider when you will design the content, and this is known as the engaging content, not only the text. And when you design the PPT should not be full of only text, only key points, and then we have to go through video, images, infographics, or any kind of other materials, so that student will engage through the content. So micro learning, this is known as basically micro learning, available to bridge the gap. So that is very important. Like now, suppose after 1 hour my class is over, and because students are their home, when they were in the campus, if they have a doubt, or when I'm walking in the campus, immediately, sir, I have a doubt, they can ask. Even they can also discuss with their classmates. The peer learning stopped today. So that is the very important point, that how to bridge that gap. So then we have to set a time. We have to inform the student, during this to this time I'm available in the forum. You can discuss or chat with me, or any problem you can discuss. Otherwise, you put your questions in a social media, either a WhatsApp, you can say Telegram. Most of we are using WhatsApp, Telegram. They'll put that question. Then any student can answer, or we can answer. That peer learning can also, in social media, we can also develop. So we should have a given alarm also for that. Yes, this time. Then there will be alarm in the social media. And then we have to give a punch. What is that? They are actually active enough to put a poll there. Okay, like I'll show you, most of you have using that Telegram. Telegram also you can put a poll, that how many of you have gone through this course or this content. Immediately they will active, because already faculty have already, this sir has told that, oh, how many of you have gone through that. So I continue to go through my content. And then this is the, because online learning already I discussed, anytime, anywhere, any device. That is also possible. So engaging student in different places. What is that? How will you use that? WhatsApp. And then Telegram. I found Telegram is a wonderful tool for engaging student, for discussion, for a discussion forum. I'll show you also. How many of you have actually know Telegram poll? Who can say yes or no? Telegram. How many of you are using Telegram? Yes, please. Let me see. Uh, Let me stop sharing, then we can see how many of you are actually using Telegram. And yes, please. You can raise your hand so that I could understand. Yes, yes, very good. Great. Many of you are using Telegram as a poll. That's great. Yes. So that is very interesting. Even Telegram, if you create a group, then what is the advantage of creating a group in Telegram? More than even 2000 students you can have, but you have only 200 students in a class, so you can create a poll also there. So Telegram is one of the best method to engage the student, and for a group discussion forum also. Then ready to learn new things. That is very important. The same Dharma production film is not actually accepted today. So we have to discuss with our colleagues what type of tools our colleagues are using. Even I learn many new tools from my colleagues, and they also learn few new tools from me also. So that's why you will evolve in a vertical direction. So first, if we will not do that brainstorming, and if we will not discuss, we will not share with our colleagues, then we could not learn. And don't hesitate to learn anything. Today, if I do not know anything, if I learn tomorrow, I'll know something. That is the important thing. So therefore, learn new technology, leave a digital footprint, because when you develop video, it is also helpful for you. Because you can create your YouTube channel, or you can create a learning management system. So that is very, an online teaching. And now if you look at the future, is the online learning and teaching. That will help you, that will develop our skills, and will be ready for any type of online teaching. Ready to learn, unlearn, and relearn. That is very important in the teaching profession. And nowadays, these ICT tools also very important for us. So feedback, reviews, and improvements like survey, that is very important. Google form also you can use. And online mode is not difficult. It needs handholding. Embed the digital literacy skill. That is very important. So we should know all the parameters of the PowerPoint. There are huge parameters are there, but we only explore 20 to 30% of the PowerPoint or Excel. But that is very important. Even students should know now. So essential guidelines for feedback in IPSIT, self-feedback, that is course-related feedback or monthly basis or unit-wise, primarily for teaching, learning plans, and efficacy of classroom activities. Then peer group feedback, that is at least once in a semester, preferably within the given department or school in the middle of the semester. That is peer group feedback. So we'll also tell our colleagues, you go through that content and give some feedback. And then learner activities outcome feedback, that is corrective feedback on at least 50% of the learner activities and assignment. Then peer teaching learning process, learning resources, and instructor feedback. That is students feedback regarding teaching learning process, learning resources, and the instructor at least once a semester for every course under blended learning. After each assessment, the feedback should be sent to the individual student for improvement. Most of the time we are evaluating, but we are not sharing the actually evaluation sheet to the student. Then they will not understand where is the gap. Even if we will understood, but the student will understood where is the gap, then student can improve himself or herself. Different technology and its effective use. Now we'll go through the technology. So content development tools. These are the content development tools: Canva and Camtasia, Sagitta, and Adobe Spark, Screencast, and a lot of, if you look at Looms, OBS, PowerPoint is already all of we are using PowerPoint, GIMP, and G5. I'll show you some content. OBS actually is a screen recorder. Most of you know that OBS is a screen recorder. What is the use of this OBS? PowerPoint, all of you know, but I will go through few tools because I cannot explain all these tools. Yeah, but these are the tools you can explore yourself. So I'll show you one Adobe Spark and then OBS. I'll show you OBS, how we can create a video. Okay, our 120 to 30 minutes of lecture video for asynchronous mode of teaching. It is very important. Okay, let us go for OBS first. Most of you have gone through that. Is also OBS, also free version is there. OBS, you can get that OBS. But Adobe Spark, there is institutional license is there, or the free version is there. But most of the, yes, I think I could not see what are the messages coming. Let me check. Yes, please. Manjunath K. Mr. Manjunath K, please unmute yourself and ask the question if you have any question. Open queue. Yes. Mr. Manjunath, please. You have raised the hand anyway. Okay. Let me share the screen again. I'll go through the OBS. First, I'll go through the OBS. OBS, when you will go through the OBS, so you can download the OBS Studio. Now, I hope all of us are actually going through my screen. This is the actually OBS platform. Okay. Look at here, this is the OBS. This is actually screen recorder. Suppose I want to record a video. Then in OBS, when you open, first you have to add this. You can go to the YouTube also to learn. 10 to 15 minutes videos are available in YouTube to learn the OBS. So basically, OBS will help you to record. Suppose today there is a live lecture going on, but only the record is available with if you look at the organizer. Like for this case, Dr. Sekhar has the only video recorder you don't have. Many times the organizer are sharing, but you can use this OBS to record an entire session. Suppose a good lecture is there, you want to say that, also you can record that one. Okay, that is one point. Suppose I want to record this video. Then over here, there is a, if you look at, I have to add the video capture device. My screen is visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Actually, thank you, because I could not see your message. This is the actually drawback of Google Meet, that I cannot see the message because I am sharing means entire screen is only available to me. Anyway, so here video capture device. Here you can remove this and you can add these also. Display capture device, then mic, aux, and desktop audio. All these are available. Suppose now, let me show you. Suppose I will record it. Now I'll start record. If I start record and I will present my PPT, look at here. Now it is recording in the background. Background it is recording. So now this content development tool. Now I have to stop the record to show the video. Okay. So let us stop that video. Stop. And I'll stop the recording. Stop recording. Then I have to go to the folder. Automatically it will save in that folder. So video. 1 minute. Video. Is it 30? No. Yes. Look at here. So this is recorded. Understood? So suppose I want to record this with my face, or you can say the teacher also should be present there. Then look at here how I can record it. I'll go to the OBS. Then here video capture is there, but here because in Google Meet I have already on the video, I have to stop the Google Meet video first. Then only I can use this video, otherwise not possible. Anyway, let me check that. Yes, this video, I have to stop my video here. Yes, I have stopped. Now look at here. So when I use this start recording, and here video capture device, the video should come here actually. Let me remove this. Again, I have to add the video. Another video is running. Yes. I have to stop all the online video, then only that video will work, or otherwise it will not work. Then I have to add a source. Here I have to add. Then there is a display, color, audio, then video capture device. Yes. Are they existing? I'll go for that. Yes. Okay. Look at here. This video comes into here. So what I do, I have to make it a small one. Okay, like this. You have to manage your video, where you have to place. You want to place here, you want to place here, anywhere you can place. Then another thing, that when you start record also, it will record the screen also. Therefore, what I will do, there I'll go to the setting. Look at here, there is a setting. In the setting hotkey, there is a start recording and stop recording, pause recording. So that's why I have gone to right arrow, left arrow, shift and enter. I have used the hotkey so that when I'll go for recording, automatically that will work. Okay. So I have saved that automatically. So now if I record, that's what I'll do. I'll go to the my PPT. Then here I have to make it full. Then Control T. Control T when I'll do, then it will show the also the text menu bar. So now I will go for the start. Look at here, when you start, it is started. Background is started already. Okay, so same thing, it will be recorded. But here you cannot see my video. But when I'll show you the recorded video, that will be present there. So now I stopped also. Now I will go through that. Already it is start recording. Now stopped. So now I'll go to the video. Look at here, this is the video, last video. See, my video is there. So now in this way, you can develop your PPT, okay, with video. Another way also, you can add a video. For example, let me go through another way. There is a tool that is jump share, free tool. That's a jump share. Okay, even if you are taking the Zoom class, okay, Zoom video, if if you switch on your video, the data will be huge. Actually, the network, the video size will be very huge. More closer to is even 500 MB. But if you switch off your video, it will be 100 something MB. So many times students are actually facing the problem, network problem. So that's why they are telling, sir, because network problem, could you please switch off your video? So we are switching off our video also. Even students are switched off their videos, and they are either they are active or inactive. You could not see that also. Now in jump share, look at your jump share. If you download, then this is actually jump share. Now I will go for record. I will start record, then it will show you. You have to go through the full screen. Then here you have to start recording. Once you start recording, because now it is 1 minute, because already video is there. Here there is a video, so I have to stop this video because camera will work for one. So now I stop the video here. Okay, now look at here. I will go to again jump. Jump say. These are the actually tool I'm telling you to develop your content for asynchronous mode. Even in synchronous mode, you can also use this. Let it full screen, then start video. Once it will start video, it's not coming. It is not coming. Let me check. One minute. Still video is on. I don't know. Let me remove the device. That will be better. Yes. The same jump cell I am using, that is, I will start the record now. You can see the video is here. Okay, so here you can enlarge the video, you can make it square, or you can go for full screen also. Okay, but it is better if you go through a small window. You can place this anywhere in the screen. Anywhere in the screen you can place it. Even in Zoom, you can switch over video and you can use this. But you have to do one thing. You have to start recording, or you don't record up. So that start recording you can do. Once you start recording, then you have to make it pause. Okay, that is very important. Or stop recording if you do, then it will go. So again, I'm writing jump share. Okay, here you have to record. Then you have to go for a full screen. Then this is the jump record screen. Suppose I will go for the PPT. Look at here, this is my PPT, and I will make it full presentation. Look at here, I have stopped my video in the actually Google Meet, but my video is here available. Okay, so you can record this through the OBS platform. Like for example, now we'll go through the OBS platform and we'll see how it looks like. Look at here, OBS. Again, I have to go to OBS Studio. Okay, look at it now. I start recording this one. How will record it? Make it full screen, presentation mode. Then I have to go for Control T so that the OBS will start. Now I'll start recording. Now record started because I use the right arrow to start, and I'll use the because I have used the short keys. So again I will use the left arrow to stop. Correct. Now I have to go for the left arrow. Left arrow, it will stop. Now if OBS is stopped, now I'll go to the video. Now look at here, this is my video. So this is the video, or you can go for a 15 to 20 minutes of video. Okay, for asynchronous learning. Even online also you can use this jump so that the bandwidth requirement of this video conferencing or online class will be much less. And the digital footprint will be there, so that your PPT or video I cannot use as my video because your photos will be there. Okay, so both options are bandwidth requirement is less if you use this jump share, and the digital footprint will be there. Okay, so you can also use this, and you can use a classroom. You can create a classroom in YouTube, and you can upload also there. Okay, so that is one way to create videos. Okay, now we'll go through this. These are the contents, and then G5. I will show the Adobe Spark, like intro video. I'll show one intro video, then I will go to the Adobe Spark, how to develop a video. Then G5 animation, I showed a motor is rotating. That animation type of video also we can get it. Like for example, I want to show this motor, how the actually motor works. So this video I collected from G5. I'll go to the G5 here. This G5 is available here. Yes, G5. Yes, I think. Yes. G5.com. I hope many of you have heard about it. Suppose you want to search a motor, then it will show you. Simply right click, copy it, copy. Okay, if you copy the link address, then it is possible to copy that. So you first copy the link address and then paste it. That will paste in. Suppose I will copy the link address and I will go to the PPT, and suppose I will go for a new page. Here I'll add this. You can also, so it is link on. Sorry. Copy image, sorry. copy image is there. We have to go through this and then I'll paste here. And I'll paste here. Zip file is there. Simply I can put it in one of my content to understand the principle of the motor. Okay, so it's working same way. So no need to develop a zip file. Even available zip file we can also use for the content, and you can, because this is open access, so absolutely no problem. This is not unethical because open access is there, and that is not unethical. Plagiarism is not there. Okay. Otherwise, you can also we can give the reference of the G5 site also. So this is G. You can search any other material for the. Actually, this will help also to engage the student. This is an intro video. When I was actually taking my analog class, actually I created this through the Adobe Spark. But now the Adobe Spark changed. The name is changed. I will show you that website. I have created this to understand, so the student will understand what is the communication through the edges. So 50 minutes, you should not talk continuously. Start with the intro video, take a pause. It will give you more energy, and the rest you can say. Student will go through this. So this type of video also you can create through the Adobe Spark, but now the Adobe Spark is not there. Okay, let me stop this OBS, and then yes. So how will go through the Adobe Spark? Let me go through the Adobe Spark. Well, how will create this also, this kind of intro video using the Adobe Spark. Yes, I think this is a line. Now it is express.adobe.com. Not actually Adobe Spark. Adobe Spark is changed, so you have to change it to Express. They have changed it to Express or something like this. Okay, this is actually this is not Adobe Spark. This is Adobe Spark. Sorry. Yes. Suppose I want to create a new video. Okay, let me go through this video. I will create new project. We can go for a new project. I have created one. You can say this will be, suppose, one page. Look at here. I can use a photo here. This available photo I can use, or I can also upload a photo. Suppose you can upload a photo, okay, or you can take a photo, or you can also use the photo. Find free photos here. For example, free photo I'll use here, so it will change that photo. Okay. So next is suppose this is another photo I have kept. Then hi, ICT is more important in online teaching. You can use the image or you can write a text here. Okay, once you write that, it is completed. You can play this. Look at it. Simple, very simple. Only 2 to 3 minutes, but content is yours. You can change the music also. You can also change the theme, resize music. Suppose I want to change the music to horror movie. Let us add horror movie. Add my music. Okay. Right. Now this horror movie. Let's see. What is the sound? I don't know. It's an old country Odisha horror movie. Mm. This is horror movie music. So you can add your own music there also. Okay. You can also download this video. Suppose I want to download this video. Closing the window. Yes. It is downloading. It will take time. I hope I have downloaded that one. Let me check. Uh, my video. Yes, I think I have downloaded. Yes. Visible, audible, and visible or not? Please tell me yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So this way you can also create your intro video. Okay, that is very important. So these are the ICT tools, and if you look at it, will take 2 to 3 minutes only to create a video. If you have the content, you can copy paste your text and all these. Even I can also use this PPT and create a video there. So there is a pre Adobe Spark is there, but this is now. Let me show you. That is not exactly Adobe Spark. That name is changed now. That is expressadobe.com. Okay, you will go through that. That is Adobe Creative Cloud Express. You will search in the Google also, you'll get it. And free version, a lot of actually constant is there. And if you go for paid version, more things are there. So anyway, we have to go through the, because now it is 4 o'clock. Another 30 minutes I have to complete. So now quick, easy PowerPoint animation. So this is also available in the,
Sir, we can't hear you.
So audio is not hello,
Now we can hear you, sir.
no audio.
Now we can hear you. Now we can hear you.
Okay. And I
Sir,
think
When you were,
whenever
sir,
it
when
is
you were
there,
presenting,
you speaking, sir?
actually I am showing that video, even video audio
Okay,
is not
okay, then it's okay, sir. Okay, sir, okay, sir.
video audio is audible or not?
It's not audible, sir. Video audio is not available, sir. Your voice is audible,
No,
but video
no.
audio is not audible.
Oh, video. Then in Google Meet, how to share the video audio? That's the problem actually. Google Meet. Anyway, I'll share this link to understand how we can use this PowerPoint. I don't know what is the problem. With the full audio is there. Let me again share. It's only audio available. And now audio available. Yes. Let me share again. Now audio available?
yes, sir.
So this also I'll share this video with all of you to go through this. Let me go to the next point. That is chat tool. Already we discussed WhatsApp, Skype, even Telegram, and synchronous learning engaging tool. One engaging tool Slido we have gone through that. That is a direct poll. Then Weworks, Mentimeter, Quizzes, and also PickTime. All these tools can, but only we should use only one tool. Don't use multiple tools in one class. Only one tool you have to use. So I am comfortable with Mentimeter. Mentimeter is one of the best engaging tools. And the Mentimeter for PowerPoint, that also I will share with this video. It is a video from YouTube. How to actually embed Mentimeter directly in the PowerPoint. Okay, that also because you are telling that I don't know. Audio is visible? Audio is audible? Video audio?
No, sir, no audio, sir.
That's the
Video
problem.
audio is not coming.
I don't know why what is happening here. Anyway, so I will share this video also. So you can also now you please join this page. Same. If you look at, if you open, that is already there. Seven to 4. Nineteen people join. 7 to 4 2 3 4. Yes, let us go to. Today is 6th August, sorry, that was actually quiz you have to do. So this is the way you have to use the Slido for PowerPoint. So that also Slido, how will you use? Actually, you have to add a add-on in the PPT. So here, if you look at in my PPT, there is a Slido. Okay, Slido for PowerPoint, if you add, then what you can do, you can add any Slido questions here also. For example, here there is a Slido. If I add a Slido here, look at here, this Slido comes right side. And here in this point, if I can add a presentation with Slido, multiple choice I can add here. Close. Multiple choice here, it is not doing what count, you can go for that also. It is now it is unlimited poll, and that I don't need it here. Unlimited poll is not required here. So in this way, we can add a customized download, reset, duplicate, switch. You can use this Slido so that automatically in the PPT you can use Slido. Otherwise, what you have to do, you have to go to the Slido or Mentimeter in the website. For example, let me go to the Mentimeter. This is a Mentimeter presentation. Okay. In Mentimeter, suppose I will go for a new slide. Then I have to choose either is a quiz competition I will do, or I will use any kind of other competition. So I have to change it. If it is not a quiz, let me delete this. And this question. So quiz, suppose say in BCD or DVD, the channel coding is which type of coding 1 or coding 2. You can go for answers. Suppose coding 2 is the answer, then you have to write that coding 2 is the answer. Okay. Two questions are, so two questions I can keep there. Suppose I want to change the theme. So here different themes are there. Themes you can change any kind of theme. For example, this is the theme. This is the theme. So now I have to present. If I present, look at it, this is the code is available here. If you don't want to give the code and you want to share the, if I want to go exit, then if I want to share, then share. If you look at QR code is also available. Anyone link with the QR code also, it is available. You can download the QR code and you can copy paste. This QR code also you can share with the student. Otherwise, directly it is better. You can switch over from your PPT to the Mentimeter, and then you can tell them to join. You can make it full screen and they will join, the student will join. So once the student will join, you can also go for menti.com, then one at the end you will go. Then the answer they have to give. Okay. Then there will be result board, or you can say leaderboard will come. This is also engaging tool. Mentimeter is just like a Slido. So you go through the Slido, Mentimeter, all this, and where you are feeling comfortable, that you have to use for the your classroom engaging the student, that you can use there. Now, so this is all about the Mentimeter and Slido. And then collaborative platform. The collaborative platform, suppose one online asynchronous video you have uploaded, then you have to create a collaborative platform so that student can post their thought or their understanding in that way. Then you can review that. That also possible. So Microsoft Teams is there, Slack, Trello, Padlet. Padlet is actually free and also it is useful. I'll show you the Padlet from here that is available. Padlet. Yes, I think. Yes, this is a Padlet. So this is ICT FDP. You can also, suppose you have to share, then you have to share. You can copy the link clipboard, or you can get a QR code also here. So you will scan it through a QR code. You can join immediately through this Padlet, and you can post your views on this FDP or in today's session. What you learn, what actually there is what is a gap there, or what should be more to make it more interesting. That also you can get that. So this is a collaborative platform. Anybody can join and they can. So when you go for a particular class, suppose you have uploaded a video, online video, then you have to ask a question, or you can tell the student, go for a discussion, what you have understood. And what is your thought for, suppose I taught about a motor, then what will happen if I will change the winding and starter? Then what will happen? So they have to think critically. So that is the point here. And the rotor and starter winding, if I'll change, what will happen? Or I'll change the rotor as a starter, I'll just make it fixed and the starter will free. Then what will happen? So they will actually post their views, thoughts, and ideas. So then also you can tell the student to go for the self-evaluation. Look at here, here there is a rate. So any student will go through this article. Then if they will go through the article, they can rate it either 1 or 2 or 3 or 5. You can give like this. You can give this. Okay. So this Padlet is helpful for an online forum, and you can share with your student also through mail also. Either you can go for mail, add a member, you can go through that, or you can copy QR or embedded email also you can do. So directly we can send this Padlet forum to all the students. Better to go for QR code because students are acquainted with this QR code or link. That will help them. But in QR code, anonymous people can also enter, but there is also setting that it is after review only you will post it. Otherwise, it is not possible because there is a setting also there. So once somebody will post, then it will ask for your permission. Okay. For example, it will go for setting. Yes, new post. Where new post is there? Comment allow restriction reactions attributes required approval. This is on. If you make it off, then anybody can enter. Because many times also students are notorious, they will do something, they will write wrong words. That is also very much actually problem for a teacher. So you have to control this. When you are using any kind of online source, we should have 100% control on that. So here, once the student will write or post something, you have to, as a moderator, you have to look into the content. Then only you have to upload. Then it will be visible to all the participants. So they can read that and they can. So peer review, if you look at somebody has got all 5 stars, that means the student has given a better content, or you can say a write up, or you can say an answer, so that you can evaluate in that way. So this is a Padlet. Okay, so this will help the student. Another point I will show you. Another, I will go through that also. So these are the collaborative platform you can use, but Padlet is better one. And video conference tool, all of you know Zoom, Google Meet, WebEx, but Zoom and Google Meet are more frequently used. And AICT is most of the time Google Meet and other things are they are using. WebEx meeting also they are using. And digital no. So only PPT video is not enough. When you are using some, because in engineering math is very important. Equation, we have to write equations, we have to solve some problem, mathematics using mathematical formula. Then we have to use either OneNote, Google Keep, Evernote, Evernote, and Sketchbook, Canvas, Jamboard, and then Notability. So now I'll show you through one is the OneNote. This is actually OneNote. This is OneNote of actually Microsoft OneNote. If you install it, you can write it, but you need a device. You need a device to write. So that's why you should have a digital pad. Now, like a doctor should have a stethoscope, a teacher or faculty should have a digital pad is important now. Laptop and digital pad is important for them. So we can write here. We can write, and we can write our equation also directly. Also student will be more interested. Suppose I want to solve a Fourier transform. That is FT, Fourier transform of FT. If I'll write, then that will be minus infinite to infinite ft e to the power minus j omega t into dt. Then suppose the ft is given like a signal, like this type of signal, t minus t1 and t. Then find out the Fourier transform. Then we can solve this. So student will also do the same way. They will use the note and pen, and you will write this notepad. Another is the, actually this is another, that is Autodesk Sketchbook. This is also a wonderful notebook you can use here. You can use the color here, different color you can use. You can also go for background. You can change the background also. Like for example, I have already some new open recent. Yes. So, see, background is black now. So we can use this background as a black, and we can also write white, black and white also you can use. But if you write in PPT, you can use, for example, in PPT also you can write, but that will not actually save. If you want to save, then for example, here in the PPT, I want to write. Don't write here. Only you can write tick or you can highlight here. But wrote write equations in PPT, rather you have to write press the W key, so automatically it will be white. So you can write here Fourier transform of 50. But when you escape it, it will not save. Understood? You will go to the PPT, it will not. Suppose if you press the B tab, then it is a black. Okay, suppose I will take B, then also it can be used. Okay. So if you press the W key, then it is actually white board. It will go again W, then it will come back to your PPT, and it will go for black, then this is the black. So you can use here. Okay, here you can use the pen, and actually you can change this color. Pen color is, sorry, I have used pen only, not color. So here pointer options, ink, you can go further, you can change the ink also here. I'll go for white. Okay, here I can also use ft is equal to x square, sorry, fx equal x square plus 3x plus 5. What equation you want to solve? So I can write that. But when I'll go back to the PPT, then this whatever I have written, that will not save. So I cannot share with my students. So that is the only one point. So that's why better to switch Control T and then go back to Notepad. So synchronously I can do. Then I can go back to my PPT directly, switching. So smooth switching is also possible. Okay. So that's why OneNote, Sketchbook. Basically, I am compatible with a Note, OneNote and a Sketchbook. So that I found many faculty also using Canvas, Google Keep, and Note also. They are compatible, absolutely no problem. You have to choose your compatible zone here. And digital note, there are devices. All of you have, I think, these devices. So you can purchase. You should have this kind of devices for online teaching. This is very important. And learning management system is very important system for nowadays a teaching, learning as well as evaluation. So what are the learning management system? That is, one is the user should be added. Then there will be different courses in that in university. Then classes, virtual classes. Then also survey and polls, reports and analysis, HRMs, integration and talent integrators. Then knowledge sharing. Then mentoring also is possible, and social actually gamification. That all these point if you add, then that is known as learning management system. I'll show you real on lecture note, but if your university or institute will go for that learning, they have some purchase. They are purchasing, most of the university purchasing some LMS system. Okay, there are also, because Google Classroom is also a learning management system. Okay, so now I'll show you lecture note. That lecture note is a learning management system. Here, this is a learning management system. My classroom, recent classroom. You can see, it will go through the classroom. Then here you can go for a post. You can post today what you want to teach or what is the outcome of today's class. Live event, if you want to do, then immediately you can create a live event. Okay, manage if you do, then you can go for live event. You can add a class. Immediately if you start a class, then start a live event or schedule live event. It will be embedded with Zoom or Google Meet. It depend upon your management system. Then assignment. You have to upload your assignment here. Then student, how many students submitted, you can see here. These are the assignments. Attendance also, you will see. Manage the student, export the attendance, you will see. Go to the download page. You will download this assignment, sorry, attendance. Automatically this attendance will show the student absent, present, everything. So no need to see, once the student will log in and join the class, online class, then automatically it will record the attendance. But here one disadvantage is that student will log in, join the class and exit, then attendance is present. So there should also many learning management system what they are doing. At least the student, if the student is present for 20 to 30 minutes, okay, then attendance will be present. Otherwise, it will absent. So that kind of learning, but in lecture note, that is not there. But it is simple to use. Lecture note is simple to use. So that's why LMS system is very important for any university nowadays. So that you can create your classroom, you can add the student. So then here you can also, there are 93 members, students are there. You can also go, you can upload your materials, course. If you look at what is the material, student can also read that PPT. Even that video is also available here. But this video will be available for 15 days only. After that, this lecture note will remove that one because they need huge space. Because nowadays all the classes or courses are going online. So therefore, if you look at live events, there are videos. These videos you can also watch this lecture. All these videos you can also watch. The slow learner student, they can go for twice or thrice and they can read this. Okay. So this is a LMS system. This is one example of LMS system. There are other companies are also offering. You can also go to free in this LMS also. You can add your student there. You should tell the student to join so that you have to accept them. So that is possible. Then we will go through the LMS, different types of LMS. Google Classroom is the simplest and free, and the you can say also good one, Google Classroom, because you can upload assignment and you can go for a quiz. You can go for Google Meet as a lecture, online lecture or video conferencing. So Google Classroom is free. Then Moodle is the number one, free and number one if you look at. Then Canvas, a new spring, degree, Colpol, and Totara lecture note. Already I have given the example of lecture note and Blackboard here, and all these are the actually learning platform for your class. Then class activities, asynchronous learning. What you will do? The MOOCs course, Swayam, Coursera, Udemy, recorded video from university faculties, EPG, Passera, NPTEL. And then synchronous learning, explanation of advanced topics, problem solving, application of knowledge obtained from the learning. Then discussion, outcomes of asynchronous learning, troubleshooting, solving queries from students, open-ended discussion, case studies, real-world problems and solutions, innovations in the corresponding field, current trends, flipped classroom activity, latest tool used, group activities and collaboration. These are the required. So offline, face-to-face, explanation of concept, demonstration of concept, discussion on case studies, discussion on projects, helping students during the lab experiment, projects, and case study. So if you look at asynchronous, synchronous, and offline, if face-to-face, if you combine, that is the true blended learning. And now it is not possible for face-to, only the laboratory it is possible now. So if you combine that also, that is blended learning. So assessment strategy, online assessment, you can use quiz. Surprise quiz is very important. Don't tell the date. Now we are also practicing that because most of the students join 2 minutes, 3 minutes, then they actually leave the classroom. So what we started the practice actually last 2 semesters, that will not inform the student. There will be surprise quiz state, 5 questions, 5 marks. and that will be total entire each unit will be 2 to 3 quizzes. So if you do that, then the student will lose marks. So that's why with that they have to attend the class, and they also go through the quizzes. Okay, so they will understood the concept, your content, or whatever the class you are teaching. Then only they could be able to answer the question. Not it is not like a poll. We are using Slido, Mentographic. That is we are not adding in the mark. That is only to hold the student in the classroom, engaging the student in the classroom. But this is assessment, online assessment, quiz, continuous comprehensive evaluation, written test also required, open book examination. Now written test physical mode is okay, but open book examination online is very very good. Group examination and evaluation, like give some case study, and then that case study should be reviewed by to another group, and we will not tell the name of the student, simply will tell this is the case study evaluated by. So by voice, project presentation, assignments, research paper writing, seminar presentation, and case study evaluation. Step for e-learning planning. This is the last PPT of today's actual session. Step 1, define e-learning objective. Then research is the key. We have to do some research. It is very important what content we have to share as a video, as a text, as a voice. That also we have to plan. Then understand your student. That is very much important. All are slow learner, or more majority of the students are fast learner. And then deliverable content. Step 4. Then step 5, accessibility. Okay, the students could be able to access your video material content. So LMS is very important there. So bite-size learning, and then also engage. Bite-size learning is not too long. Don't put any content which is 1 hour, more than 1 hour. So video is should be 20 to 30 minutes. So your PPT should be for one class. So engage your audience through different engaging tools. Identify barriers. What are the problems students are facing? So then use real life examples in assessment and evaluation. Already we discussed, and use LMS for overall e-learning success. So guideline for online teaching: keep video recording of the full class, maintain attendance record, which is a mandatory requirement. It can be done in any credible ways until SOP is available, because now exact SOP is not available. Try to make presentation concise and effective. Chunk the presentation. Try to make the session interactive wherever feasible. Keep record of all activities. You may take help of the following links to courses from MOOCs for improving that is virtual mode of teaching. For solving problems, try to use Wacom tablet, whiteboard, sketchbook, and stylus. Already we discussed all these tools. And always use the mute all option of the Zoom. When you are using Zoom, mute all options should be always there to minimize the background noise. Check your voice quality before starting the class. Use a microphone, good quality microphone and earphone. Use formal dress and check the data and single strength FI. Join, signal strength FIB, and join 10 minutes before the class with all the applications in a active mode for smooth transaction. And motivate your students to ask questions through the chat window. Choose a silence zone in the institute or work from home condition to avoid the disturbances. Motivate the student to use reaction symbol if necessary. Keep an eye on deliberate disturbances created by students either during the class or afterwards, and take appropriate measures. That is very important. Carry out additional tutorial sessions if required. Since such virtual teaching may be subject to wider exposure and may be recorded by the student, be careful in the aptness of deliberation. That is very important. Now it is open.
Sir? Sir, can, Sir, whether the presentation is over, sir, or it is? Hello, sir, Priyadarshi, sir.
Oh, my microphone is muted.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, sir. Is the session over, sir?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Participants, if you have any important query to be clarified from the expert, kindly unmute your mic and you can raise it to the expert. Before that, let me thank Dr. Priyadarshi Kanungo, sir, for a wonderful, informative session. So we have come across a raining of many ICT tools which are very new to us. Thank you very much, sir, for introducing so many ICT tools to us. In fact, you can see that you are still having more number of ICT tools, but due to short of time, you are limiting your presentation to the some tools only. Anyhow, we had experienced a lot number of new ICT tools for teaching.
But I'm sorry, actually, I don't know when the microphone was muted. At what time is it muted? Last, how many minutes? I don't know.
Exactly. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Anyway, sir, it's a very informative.
Sorry, very sorry. At least anyone should actually tell me. Anyway.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. At the outset, I would like to thank you on behalf of the management, Murugappa Polytechnic Department, and all the participants behalf. I thank you, sir. You readily accept our invitation for the session and delivered a wonderful session. We can see the feedbacks from the chat boxes. Majority of the participants appreciated the new usage of tools for teaching learning process. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Any question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now the session.
I'll share my PPT with you. You can also share with the participants. Also, the links which actually video is not audible, that also I'll share, and they can go through that videos.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The participants who have any query to be clarified from the expert, you can unmute your mic and you can raise it to the expert. Sir is available for take-up questions.
Yes, please.
If you have any query, you can raise.
I hope already 2 hours. Thank you for actually your patience.
Yes, not like that. Actually, our as per IST scheduled time, it's 2 hours session. We thought 1.5 hour session for presentation and 10 or 15 minutes for question and session. But anyhow, you explained a lot of tools. No, that is many new tools. That's very useful for us.
Thank
no
you.
issues, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you all. Thank you.
Participants, if you have any query, you can raise, or otherwise you can leave.
Any queries, please unmute your microphone and please. Yes, please.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good
Hello.
evening, please.
Sir, I want to ask the question regarding the LMS. Is it LMS tool is free or paid?
See, Google Classroom is one kind of LMS which is free. And if you go through the lecture note, that is also free. But one problem is there. They will only allow you to add a few number of students. That is restriction. That is the only point. So, but that is a lecture note is very cheaper than other, like Calpol is a LMS that is costlier. Other private companies are offering different LMS that is costlier, but lecture note is cheaper. If you go through the lecture note, you can contact. If you go through Google lecture note, right? Then you can work. But Google LMS is, if you look at, that is free and also very good. And the modules, if you go to the modules also, modules is also free, and that is also good. But you have to learn modules. If you go to the YouTube also, you will get a lot of video how to use the modules as LMS.
So second question is regarding the Mentimeter. Sir,
Yes.
Mentimeter we only see the top student scores. Okay, and the final we can display only we're getting only final student who is getting top score. So how we can check the remaining student performance in Mentimeter?
And Mentimeter actually, in the if you go for a free version, they will show the top 10 people. Okay, they will show. But Mentimeter is not to evaluate the student. Mentimeter is to engage the student. Understood? So if you want to evaluate, then use the Google form quiz. So Mentimeter to understand that students are actually listening to your lecture and they are also interacting with you. They are understanding something. Okay, is it clear?
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Don't use poll like Mentimeter or Slido, or even we are using that Telegram. That is to engage the student, not to evaluate the student. Okay, madam.
Yes, sir. Sir,
Okay.
actually, I have one question regarding the open. In Mentimeter, there is one option is regarding the open-end questions. So, what exactly mean that? I never use
Open-ended
that one.
question. Open-ended question is, for example, you will write a question. The student will type the answer. That is a possible. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.
But here in quiz and poll, you have to give the answer. Even word power is there. So that is different. But quiz and multiple choice will help us to engage the student only. Okay, there are different options are there. Word cloud is there. So different forum if you use, then student will be more engaged. That is the advantage of that.
Sir, thank you.
Okay,
Clear.
welcome, madam. Another point actually I want to share, sir. Actually, please go through, because asynchronous mode. If you want to upload any video, I will tell the one website you have to go. That is that website is name is Edpuzzle. 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 There you can, for example, sir, can I take 1 minute only? I can share that one. Is it okay? Only 1 minute I will take.
So,
Not
can you
more
write
than.
down in a message box?
And let me share here, just to share my screen. So you can see that Edpuzzle, what is the advantage only you can see. One, because I forgot that to asynchronous. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. This is actually Edpuzzle. Look at here. EDPUZZLE. So here the advantage is that if the student, suppose a student will go through the video, suppose this, look at here, Edpuzzle, it will upload a video, asynchronous mode. Look at it, like you have gone through the Coursera videos, all this. Here you can go for maximum 1 GB. See, this video, the student will actually go through that. And there will be 3 options I have given, 1, 2, 3. Student cannot skip the video. If student want to go through, then they have to write the answers. There will be question, so that they will. There are 3 points I have defined, and at 3 point I have 3 questions. So student have to answer. If you go through the, I cannot skip. The student cannot skip, because there is a setting also there. You can go for the setting. In that setting, you can change that also. Okay. So Edpuzzle, EDPUZZLE. That is Edpuzzle. There you can exactly see how many students had gone through that. Like for example, look at here, this is the video content. This is the video content, yes. If you go through that, my classroom, let me, this is the classroom here. I have added this in classroom. Look at here, teacher, myself actually I have uploaded 0%. And the 3, 4, 2, 3, another is also 0%. They have not covered any. Look at here, it will show the name of the student, and you can share this with the student, so that student has covered the video or not. And also if they have covered, then automatically they have to answer the 3-point questions. After 15 minutes, each 15 minutes I have a question, or 10 minutes I have a question. So that's why they have to go through that. So Edpuzzle will help you to upload your video in the basically for asynchronous mode of learning. Is it clear? Any other question? I hope.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. If
Thank you all
anything,
for your patience.
if any further query received from the participant, I will let you know, sir.
Please.
Thank you, sir.